32. Start off with the mission statement. Students will be challenged to become college and career ready and lifelong learners. The El Rancho Unified School District will actively partner with the community as its leading educational institution that provides a technology-rich and innovative learning environment for all students. Roll call members of the Board of Education: Esther Mejia, President, present. Arlene Perez, Vice President. Don Contreras, Clerk. Dr. Marino will be absent today. Hector Lafarga, member.
Present.
Thank you. Go ahead and move on to item number 2, public comments on closed session items.
There are no public comments for closed session items.
Thank you, Dr. Villegas. At this time, we'll adjourn to closed session. Oh, prior to that, we have 3 items on closed session. Public employee appointment, employment, existing litigation, and conference with labor negotiators. Thank you. reconvene to open session at 6:37. Item 5A, roll call members of the administrative cabinet. Dr. Marco Villegas, superintendent.
Present. And, Professor Delgado is not here today, on vacation. Mr. Cochran, Dean Cochran is also on vacation. Jasmine Chavez Diaz.
Here.
Saka Senor will not be with us as well. Virginia Kelson
Present.
and Jocanda Rodriguez Padilla.
Present.
Great, okay. Okay, we'll, go ahead and move on to item 5B, pledge of allegiance, if we can all please stand. It's when I hand over your part, ready to begin. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We'll go ahead and go on to item 6A, adoption of the agenda. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda? Are there any changes?
Yes. Can I pull one item?
Sure.
Can I pull item 13A, the first reading revised board policy of 6146.1, the high school graduation requirements?
Okay. Any other revisions? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to adopt the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved by trustee Contreras, seconded by trustee Perez. We'll go ahead and vote. Trustee Perez?
Yes.
Trustee Contreras?
Yes.
Trustee LaFarga?
Yes.
Mejia votes yes, motion carries 4-0. Okay, item 7, report of actions taken at closed session. Dr. Villegas?
And this, we have no actions to report.
Okay. Thank you. We'll go on to item 8, Labor Association reports, and I do not think we have any today. So we'll go ahead and move on to item number 9, public comments. Items on the agenda. Dr.
We
Villegas?
do not have any public comment cards at this time, either online or in person.
Okay, thank you. Item 10, public comments, items not on the agenda.
No, none either, none as well.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and move on to item number 11. Board of Education announcements and acknowledgements. Arlene, would you like to start off?
Yeah, sorry, that's a fast. Good evening. I just want to thank everybody, Dr. Vegas, Kevin, everybody for the event, for the ceremony. It was so awesome just to see everyone there celebrating, and it's a moment that I think we were all waiting for so many years. And just to see the students really excited. I know it was also bittersweet because it's the last time that we were going to be there together. But I think it was just a great ceremony. It really brought the community together. The city, thank you for being a part of it, and everyone. But yeah, other than that, I hope everyone is enjoying their summer. I hope that they take this time to really relax and enjoy so that they're ready for next year. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Contreras?
I as well just wanted to say thank you to the superintendent, the staff that helped to make the groundbreaking ceremony a great success. A lot of people, joined us. We had a lot of students there, obviously, which is our number one reason. And I'm looking forward to seeing the project, as it goes along, as we move along, from 0.0 all the way down to finish it. It's really exciting to see it all happen and come to, finally, like Trustee Perez stated, it was a long time in the making, and I'm glad to be part of the board that, got it finally, was able to have the privilege to do the groundbreaking ceremony. So looking forward to it come to a finish now. So thank you very much. That's all I have, and everybody, hopefully can enjoy their vacation. We have some staff members already on vacation, and I'll be joining them next week. So thank you.
Nice. Bye. Thank you. Trustee LaFarga will not have a board report today. He is joining us via teleconference and just the spotty connection sometimes, so he will not have a report today. My report is just echoing the sentiments of my fellow colleagues. The groundbreaking was amazing. just echoing, thanking the administrators at El Rancho High School, Mr. Goyanaga, Ms. Liao, our AD, Dr. Goyanaga, and the students, cheer and song. They really made the event have such a positive energy, student-centered. So thank you, Dr. Vegas, for that. I did attend the Budget Perspectives workshop by Capital Advisors and sponsored by Legal and CSBA. I also was able to attend the U.S. Department of Education, raise the bar, engage every student for after-school activities, which had a lot of great ideas, new ideas. And one of the things that stood out to me a lot was just making sure that we tap into community colleges and the libraries for after-school engagement. And just, that was a really, really good webinar. The other thing that I just wanted to report on is just how excited I am that Dr. Mildred Garcia is the first Latina Cal State new chancellor. I think that that's something that's very positive for communities, Latino communities, and for our students to see that. That's such a great positive role model. Other than that, I hope that everyone stays hydrated in this heat. And that concludes my report. Thank you. Okay, at this time, we'll go ahead and move on to item 12, comments and reports by superintendent and cabinet.
Thank you so much. I do want to just take a moment to reiterate and thank the board for their support and their vision in leading the construction efforts. Without your vision and without your guidance and really all the hard work that you've done as board members and as community members, that we wouldn't have this opportunity to break ground together. So thank you for that. And really looking forward to some exciting times. It's going to be really nice to see that develop in the next 18 months. Summer schools come to a close, and so that's exciting as well. Our students are now able to relax and rest, and it was a success. And the students were able to learn a little, play a little, and stay focused, and now they get a little bit of time off before they come back at the beginning of the school year. Just wanted to share with the community, we've sent out flyers that we have an active shooter training tomorrow at the high school, so do not be alarmed if you see multiple agencies coming to the high school. They will be assembling there, and it's part of a full force training. We will be working with our own police department to make sure that we know what to do in the event of an active shooter, and that's from the law enforcement part of it as well. We do expect to have some media there tomorrow. But we're looking forward to a great learning opportunity and to work with the community. Also, just as a report, we will be our police chief will be starting soon. So we're looking at that. Hopefully, no later than next week will our police chief be joining us. And so the rest of the report, actually, I know we introduced Yakanda last board meeting, but he's going to give a short report as well.
So again, thank you. I'm very honored. I feel privileged. Thank you for this opportunity of having approved my selection. We've been working hard. The business division team leaders under the direction of Dr. Villegas and the team in general, we are preparing everything to for school to come back, for students to return safely and doing what the team does best, and they are doing the heavy lifting, of course. So I am familiarizing myself with all of the different projects, with our different facilities, and supporting everyone that needs assistance. So thank you again for that privilege.
Thank you.
That concludes our report.
Okay, at this time, we'll go ahead and move on to item number 12, 13, discussion. 13B, receive status update on the respective work of the board and superintendent on the governance subcommittees. Which one did we want to start with?
And so could we start with ours? Maybe we're looking at the calendar.
Sure.
Yeah.
You wanted to-
Yes, we've had some opportunities to come together with Trustee Perez and President Mejia to really just plan the calendar out and to look at in different ways, just to make sure that we have the best use of the time and that everything is covered. We looked at sample calendars from other school districts. We looked at other recommendations from CSBA, and we were able. We have made a lot of progress in drafting the year's worth of work, with the hopes that we could be more efficient and effective and make sure that we have everything calendared in on a regular basis so that we can make the best use of our time as a board. So I don't know if you'd like to add a few things as it relates to that, but I'm really looking forward to the continued, I think we are pretty much complete with the calendar. And it'll be just a matter of sharing that calendar with the board and making sure that there's not, maybe there's more input as it relates to that, but I think we're ready to move to the next stage.
Excellent. If I could just add some, want to thank you for your time that you put into the work, having that document created, and also Trustee Perez and Vice President Perez on her input as well. And looking forward to having that draft released. That way, the rest of the board can have some input as well.
Yes, when will they see it?
We could have that ready to be shared via email this week.
Okay.
Yes, we
Can
can
we
send
add
it.
it to the Friday?
Send it to Friday update, absolutely, yes.
Thank you.
And just to, for anyone, I know some, new, it's just pretty much some board meetings, will tend to be long, some are shorter. And so this way, the calendar, we can really look at, like what Dr. Vega said, really look at how do we make better use of our time to make sure that it's not a million things jammed in one meeting. So again, thank you, Dr. Vega, thank you, Sandy, thank you for putting together, and I'm excited to just get on it and be more effective long term.
And if I may say, I do want to thank the board for the vision and wanting to make this happen, because there are some legal requirements for certain things, and sometimes those things are punched into one or two board meetings, and so this will allow us to be more better use of our board meetings, to look ahead and plan out when possible, so that it's not, like you said, many things happening. And sometimes that happens because of some legal requirement, but this way we have a better chance of spreading that out. And including student acknowledgements as well, spreading those out throughout the year. So hopefully it'll be effective.
Sounds good. Thank you. Trustee LaFarga, do you have anything to share out for the board self-evaluation subcommittee?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
You cut off, but now we can hear you.
Okay, we've Dr. Marino and myself have looking at various board self-evaluation tools and trying to merge the ones that from a formatting standpoint to fit our situation and needs. So and a rating system to go along with that under various buckets. So we will have probably something more concrete to share out in our August meeting.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. And so the last subcommittee was the governance handbook. We have not met, but we have shared some draft documents. Trustee Contreras has shared some documents with me, and I've shared some on a Google Drive. So my suggestion would be that we use our standing meetings with you, Dr. Villegas. That way we can meet, because I know that there is. So if we use our standing weekly meetings, we'll be able to have something to share with the board. Do you want to add anything?
No, exactly what it is. Thank you.
And yourself, Dr. Villegas?
Absolutely. No, I think that I'm really looking forward to that, because that's going to be the document that's going to help guide us in various situations. I think the work that's been being done by the various committees is going to feed into this very well. And the work that we're going to be doing in the upcoming board retreat on the 12th will be very helpful in making these things happen. And I suspect that we'll be able to come up with something very soon.
Sounds good. Thank you. Okay, at this time, we'll go ahead and move on to item number 14, the consent agenda. Are there any items that need to be pulled? Board members?
No.
Okay, I do have two. I have 14E8 and 14F3.4H as in horse. Sure. The first one is 14E8. The second one is 14 Frank 3, 4 horse. Okay. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda, excluding those items?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved by Trustee Contreras, seconded by Trustee Perez. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll go ahead and vote. Trustee Perez?
Yes.
Trustee Contreras?
Yes.
Trustee La Farga,
Yeah.
Mejia votes yes, motion carries 4-0. Okay, we'll go ahead and move on to item 14E8. And that one is the selection of engineering and testing lab of record. Is there a motion for that item?
Someone.
Second.
Okay, moved by trustee Perez and seconded by trustee Contreras. So the only reason I pulled this item is that I had a concern that the exhibits were not listed, that they're blank. But then it's been clarified that the scope and the compensation are both part of the proposal. And so I just want to make sure that it's stated and on the record that the compensation and the scope is that. Because I wouldn't want a community member to think that we're approving something with a blank document. And ideally, can we amend it and put those exhibits so that they're not blank and that we pull them from the proposals? Because currently they're blank. They were blank. They're not blank.
They're not one.
That's what I saw earlier.
Pulled it up on the fly, we may be seeing something different.
If they're not blank and if it's a mistake on my part, that's fine. I just wanted to make assurances that they are completed.
Okay,
Is that the case?
we're gonna make that happen.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was the only discussion that I have. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll go ahead and vote. Trustee Press?
Yes.
Trustee La Farga? Trustee La Farga?
Yes.
Trustee Contreras?
Yes.
Mejia votes yes. I'm sorry, did you say yes again or? Okay, and Mejia votes yes, motion carries 4-0. Okay, go ahead and move on to the next item. The 14F34H, is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay.
Okay, moved by trustee Contreras, seconded by trustee Perez. So just the discussion on this one is just that I need to abstain on it because there's a family member on that roster. And so I will abstain. Is any further discussion? No, hearing none, we'll go ahead and vote. Trustee Perez?
Yes.
Trustee Contreras?
Yes.
Trustee La Farga?
Yes.
Mejia abstains. So motion carries 3-0. Okay, at this time, we'll go ahead and move on to item number 15, new business action items. The first one is 15A1, adopt resolution number 01-2023-2024, assignment of delinquent tax receivables. Is there anything that you'd like to speak to on this item, Dr. Vegas?
Don't know if we have any further information. Johanna, do we have anything? that we
No,
wanna
it's
share?
nothing official.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Second.
Okay, moved by trustee Perez, seconded by trustee Contreras. Any discussion?
So, can you just like briefly explain like a delinquent property? Like and I forgot to ask the question before, sorry. But just pretty much like understanding what it's doing. I was a little confused about this again.
So, this item would be normally, it's just an operational procedure, it's procedural. So that we are recognizing those receivables. And then this does require for approval.
Oh, okay, so it's just, okay, I thought it was, sorry.
I know the word sounds harsh.
Yeah,
But
financial.
delinquent on our side.
Yeah, that's why I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything new. Okay, thank you. That's all.
Okay, thank you. If there's no further discussion, we'll go ahead and vote. Trustee La Farga?
Yes.
Trustee Contreras?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
Mejia votes yes, motion carries 4-0. Item number 15B1. Approve amendment to resolution number 23, 2022, 2023 annual certification of signatures. Is there a motion?
Second.
Okay, moved by trustee Perez, seconded by trustee Contreras. Any discussion? And again, this one is procedural.
Yes.
So with that, we'll go ahead and vote. Trustee Perez,
Yes.
trustee La Farga? You disconnected? Okay.
Well, we can just call him.
Trustee, Contreras?
Yes.
Mejia votes yes, motion carries 3-0. Okay, item number 15A C1, approved certificated management contract for interim school administrator. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved by trustee Perez, seconded by trustee Contreras. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll go ahead and vote. Is Mr. LaFarga back on? Trustee LaFarga, we're on items 15C1.
Yes.
Thank you. Trustee Perez,
Yes.
trustee Contreras.
Yes.
Mejia votes yes, motion carries 4-0. Item 15C2, approve amendment number 3 to the contract for employment for Virginia Kelson as Director of Human Resources. And at this time, I'll go ahead and read out prior to consideration. Senate Bill 1436 requires the board to orally report a summary of the recommendation for a final action on the salaries, salary schedules, or compensation paid in the form of fringe benefits of a local agency executive during the open session before action is taken. Item 15C2, amendment number 3 to the contract for Director of Human Resources. The recommended amendment to the contract for the Director of Human Resources include Section 1, term of contract. Change the number of days of service from 245 to 246. Section 2, salary. Added the longevity paid, the option of 18% of base salary after 32 years of service. Section 3, benefits. Added the vacation accrual, a sentence that states, additionally, certificated management members are entitled to 5 discretionary days per fiscal year. Is there a motion for this item?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved by trustee Perez, seconded by trustee Contreras. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll go ahead and vote. Trustee LaFarga,
Yes.
trustee Contreras.
Yes.
Trustee Perez.
Yes.
Mejia votes yes, motion carries 4-0. Okay. Ooh, this is a very fast meeting. Item 16, recommendation for future agenda items. Yes,
And Joey can correct me. I'm not sure if it's like an agenda item or I want it to be an agenda item where the board will consider to create a subcommittee. And I'm just using the verbatim, to look into the discussion on the high school facility funding. So for a subcommittee, a board subcommittee to discuss the El Rancho High School facility funding options.
okay. I will second your item. Trustee Contreras, anything?
No, so. Just a question, you want? Is it to see where the bond money is being
Sorry,
allocated
yeah.
to?
No, to see outside of creative outside funding that we can look into for El Rancho facilities.
Yes, gotcha.
Thank you. Trustee LaFarga, do you have any future agenda item recommendations?
Not for this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay,
I did have one if that was you asking. Were you asking me if I had anything?
yes,
I'm sorry, I thought you were asking if I had anything towards
no,
her question, so I do have.
okay, ready.
The. Weekly update, and I think it's more of a question. It had
We can't discuss anything that's not on the agenda.
oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, I just wanted to clarify.
No, I'm sorry, then I don't.
Okay.
I'll be glad to talk to you about anything.
Sure, definitely, sure.
Okay, the only one I have, and I think maybe I've mentioned it before, is just restarting the educational foundation. I know in the past, we've asked for that. They were closing down the old one. I think we're more than ready for one, so just putting on the future agenda items again. May I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Okay, with that, we're gonna resume to closed session. Thank you for attending. Thank you.